Hi, I'm Robin Smith, trauma and relationship coach, and today I'm talking about the do's and don'ts in communication so you don't let something escalate or you don't let it get way out of control if it's a very triggering conversation. And I'm coming from the field here in San Jose, Costa Rica today, where I did have a triggering conversation recently where I actually got verbally assaulted by somebody. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about what I did do to to do my part of healthy communication and what I didn't do to make it worse. So here's some things I did do. I kept my cool. I did not raise my voice. I stayed calm and level-headed. And with that, I started by stating the unarguable truth. And so I stated what I knew as the facts. This is what I was told. This is why I'm here right now. This is what I was expecting based on what I was told. So I kept it to the facts. And I stated it in a way that didn't have any interpretation. So I didn't say, that's not okay or that's not fair or any things like that that are interpretive or judgmental. I just stated the facts. This is what I was told. This is what I understood by that. Okay. So that's really important because I didn't do something that would cause him to get more defensive or more triggered, at least for the best of my ability. I couldn't control what he was feeling, of course. And I also, I asked for more information when I needed it. So briefly, this person walked into the place I was staying. He was moving in there in the next couple of days, but he started moving in that night, and I didn't understand that he was planning to do that. And he walked in at 8:30 at night without knocking and bringing some stuff as if he had every right to be there. And so there was a misunderstanding. And so I asked for more information, and I said, how long are you planning to be moving your stuff in tonight? And he basically said he might decide he can keep going until midnight. And so when I got that information, it gave me a sense of how I wanted to proceed, because I definitely did not want to stay there while this man was coming and going until midnight. I'm usually trying to get to sleep before 10 o'clock. And I was exhausted already from my day at the hospital with my husband. So it was like very bad timing for me to have this kind of situation, and I handled it the best I could. I also made a request from him to knock before coming in. So I made a clear request, and that's something that can be really helpful. Next time you come in, I would really appreciate it if you would just knock so I know that you're here. I could have been naked or something, or, who knows what, fresh out of the shower. And, I just needed that a little bit of a boundary for myself. So I did what I could, right? And so those are some do's that I'm recommending. Be calm as you can. Don't engage with raising voices or name calling and things like that. Speak the unarguable truth. Ask for clarifying information. State what you perceived and what you understood without any judgment involved in that. And make a request if needed or if appropriate. So that's what I did. In this case, he was already really worked up and really pissed off, and I didn't realize it. I did not know this person. I'd only met him once before. And so all the things that I did that I thought could be helpful and kind of settle things and help me have more just peace and understanding, he got more triggered by that because he felt like it's my space and I didn't deserve to be there. And so he just said, well, leave if if you don't like it, you can leave. And then he started name calling, and he called me some really mean names. And so he was escalating it from what I didn't think deserved it. I wasn't escalating it myself. He was. So again, I didn't do anything in particular that I thought would escalate it. But again, I didn't know the guy. I didn't know what was triggering for him. And anything I did besides just say okay to everything that he wanted to do was probably going to be a trigger for him, because he was upset. He was angry. Clearly he didn't we didn't see things the same way. And he thought he had been clear about being moving in, but I had received different information from his wife that he would stop moving in by 5. So, so we were not on the same page. And so as he escalated it, here's what I did not do. So here's some don'ts. I did not match his name calling and blaming and criticism and those types of things, which would have escalated it more. So that's what I did not do. I also did not argue with his version of reality. I simply stated the facts. He said, I did tell you I was coming in continuously. Well, for me, continuously wasn't clear enough because I didn't understand that meant until midnight, and he never said that. So I just said, again, well, I'm sorry, I didn't understand that's what you meant. If I had understood that, I would probably have moved out by now. So I again came back to the unarguable truth of what I understood and what I perceived and what decisions I would have made. So anyway, I luckily nothing got worse, and he ended up leaving. But we always, if you're in a situation like this, where it feels unsafe, because I did start to feel unsafe by him, by what he was saying. We have to make some choices about our safety. I didn't feel like he would hurt me, but I just didn't know if I should stay there that night. And I did what I needed to do to take care of myself from there. I made some phone calls. I checked in with his wife, who I think she talked him down and said, he's not coming back, don't worry. So I did what I needed to do to just get safe and take care of myself. And then I did move out early. So that's the gist of the story. But, for you, it's like, and for anyone in a situation like that, our safety is a priority. And so that's why not engaging in the conflict, trying not to escalate it. Of course, we could do our best and the other person can escalate it still, like I said in this example. But hopefully you've gotten some real takeaways for yourself about some things that you can do to maintain like your cool, your calm, and not be the person who makes it worse. So even though maybe I wish I could have done a few things differently, overall, I think I did the best I could in the situation. And so that's the other thing I wanted to share, is that sometimes we have regrets about what we did, what we said, how we acted. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, we can learn from our mistakes or from our behavior. And it's not a bad thing to have what I would call healthy regret. Like, oh, I wish I could have done that differently. Maybe you have something you did when you were a younger person that you're not proud of or you're embarrassed by, and you have regret. And it's one thing to just have the regret and wish you could have done different, wish you had more skills. And it's another thing to beat yourself up about it. So that's where I also want to say, healthy regret or healthy shame, there's nothing wrong with that if you learn by it and you do your best to learn new skills or, take care of yourself so you can respond more consciously next time. But it's not helpful to beat yourself up. So I hope you can really take that in and do your best to get the support you need so you can handle difficult situations with more grace and more stability and strength, and also not be so hard on yourself when you don't do it perfectly in all the ways you think you should have. Because sometimes it's really not our fault when we do the best we can or the best anyone could do, and someone else is just already triggered, already easily going to fly off the handle, and it's not necessarily your fault that they did that. All right, so I hope that's been helpful. Put any comments below that are inspiring for you, or maybe you have a similar situation that you want to share, or maybe some takeaway that you're bringing with you from this teaching tonight. So let me know in the comments below. And again, if you like and subscribe, it really helps this channel and these videos get seen by more people. So I always appreciate when you do that. And last but not least, I have a free communication checklist. So if you want some simple tips 10 tips where you can just go through, and it's also a way to check yourself and see where you are in your own skills, and then you'll get some solid skills you can use from that checklist as well. So there's a link below in the description for this video where you can sign up for that, and it takes like 2 minutes to go through it. So I hope you get yourself that information. And thanks for watching. Feel free to share this link with anyone who you think could benefit, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.